I just sent the link out to a few more people.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, LT is another. I talked to, sometimes you look at the for sale by owner. I'm still you email them, you wait for them to hit you back, and a couple of those. So I'm just waiting on a couple of those hit me back. And what I liked about it, it was a low down payment on the ones that they gonna carry the note.
That's what's up. You found these on what site?
I've been luckily on. I've been looking at other ones, but Craigslist I've been had the most luck with.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy to hear you start using Craigslist. It works well.
Every time I post something, I get so much. I get a lot of hits. I'm like, man, I don't even be refreshing mine every day. So I can imagine your son refreshing them or putting them up, man. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, but school started back, so he got kind of lazy on me. All right, look, the time is 9:01. Unless y'all that got y'all camera on, like being on YouTube, y'all showing on YouTube. I don't have my camera on because I ain't trying to be on YouTube right now. Thanks for joining us for this call. I'm not gonna try to hold you long. Tonight, I'm Terrence Williams, right? I'm a real estate investor. That's all I am. I'm not a realtor. I'm not anybody special, nobody important. I'm a regular person just like everybody else. Was a school teacher by trade. Worked for a long time, teaching school for like 14 years. Now I'm active duty military. Injured myself in a student faculty basketball game, and had the privilege of being off work. Finished my master's degree to be a principal, certified principal as well. And basically, while I was off work, the military decided to say, "Hey, look, I got an opportunity for you if you want to go active duty," and I took it. And thank God I did. But at the end of the day, this class right here that I'm doing right now, this free workshop we're doing, is because I love teaching. I desire to help other people. I like to see other people win. So this is not anything else besides a way to help other folks win based off the information I know. So tonight we're just going to talk about simply what happens when the market shifts, right? In real estate, I don't know how many folks understand stock market, but the real estate market is just the stock market, but without losing, right? You don't lose on real estate. You can lose if you don't know what you're doing, if you're guessing, and if you're gambling, right? I like to compare real estate and stock market because it's the same mindset, the same strategy, but if you buy the real estate correctly, you don't have to worry about the government, the Congress, and everybody else, and all the other outside factors that dictate the market. All right. You actually get great benefits from tax benefits when you buy houses and invest in homes, because you're giving people a place to live, and the government rewards you for doing that. So sometimes you spend a little bit more money in real estate on your product, but you win in the long run because once taxes come out, you get a credit for everything you invested, right? So that's why it's crucial that you look at it from that standpoint whenever you invest in real estate. You don't lose, right? You don't lose. So what happened when the market shift? I just want to give you a little background on that. So the market started off right now, for everyone that I kind of know, people are overpaying for properties, right? The market has shifted, right? Last year and the year before that, in the stock market, people was making money in stock market. The stock market down and real estate market up. I'm not going to even allude to why that happens, all right? I ain't going to allude to why that happens, but I'm going to encourage you to understand the concept behind if people paying a lot more than what a house is worth, People that had a house for a long time is selling their properties and making a bigger profit, right? You sell when folks are buying. You buy when folks are selling, right? So everybody's starting to sell because they're overpaying for the properties. Now, the people that buying the properties, yeah, in certain neighborhoods, they may get a crash, right? They may get a crash. Not every neighborhood. This is opinionated. It's not facts. Again, I'm just a real estate investor. But in most neighborhoods, those people going to have to hold that property for 15 to 20 years before they sell it to make a big profit because they overpaid for it. They bought it too high. Now, this market right now, if you can find a deal and to buy a deal at below market price over the next 3 to 4 years, that property is going to gain in equity and you'll be able to sell it, right? If you are able to look right now and you're seeing people are selling houses too high, this is when you start shifting and looking at the market for free houses, right? That means the house is upside down and over the amount it's worth. And the people bought the house and then COVID-19 happened and they can't afford the house because they either lost their job or other circumstances happened. Now, these people care about their credit. They want their credit to stay good. They need somebody to take the house off their hands. With the right communication and the right verbiage, you can be just that person. You can be just that person that take that house off their hands for free. Right? It don't sound realistic, but guess what? It's realistic. If you find a person right now that bought a house within the last 2 years, they lost their job, the house is worth $100,000, $200,000. Let's say that. Let's use the easy number, $200,000. That they bought the house for $210,000. Then they lost their job because of COVID-19 or whatever, right? These folks no longer, they're in burden. That house is a burden to them. All right. It's been what, a year and a half or so. So now they're getting letters from the bank saying foreclosures. They're getting a letter from the bank saying, hey, we need you to pay. But they can't kick them out the house yet because of the government saying, hey, we're giving you your time. We give you time, right? So if you call these people and contact these people and you know that they already moved out the house, they already gave up on the house. So in this market right now, those are the people you want to target, right? If you want a rental property, now you can't buy this house with a fix and flip because the house is already at market value or over market value. You have to buy this house at the amount they owe on it, take over the mortgage, write the paperwork up, take over the mortgage, right? And then rent the house out to somebody else. Now, it got to make sense. Now, think about it, got to make sense. You got to be able to rent the house out for more than the mortgage, the insurance, and the taxes. You can't just go and take over somebody's mortgage and you rent out for the same amount and break even. Nah, you don't want to do that. Not with somebody else's name on the house, right? So that's what you do right now in this market. Now, let's say that everybody's in the market is standstill. Like when the stock market was up and everybody making money in the stock market, nobody was selling houses, nobody was buying houses. That's when you flip the market shift. Everybody's worried about stocks and the market down right now. Nobody's selling, nobody buying. COVID-19, everybody's saying, hey, we're gonna stand still. That's the time when you offer the people that's renting your property, if you have a rental property already, that's the time when you offer them a lease option. Hey, look, in this time of this, right now, you're getting checks from the government, you're not working, and the government is actually paying you more than what you make on a regular job. How about we write up a contract for a lease option, right? You give me $2,000 down now for the option to buy the house within the next 3 years, 2 or 3 or 4 years, whatever you put it up. But each month when you pay your mortgage, or each month when you pay rent, now you're paying, and I will give you a rent credit that I'm going to hold for you towards the down payment if you close on this house within the next we'll say 3 years because we don't know what COVID allows. Usually I say 2 years, but 3 years would be very nice. It'd be up the alley. Now, why did you do this? Why did you decide you already have a rental property? You already cash flowing on it. Why would you decide to do a lease option? Because you don't want to do repairs no more, right? That's why I would do that. I don't want to repair. I don't want to work on a house. I want this to become your house. I want you to stay in the house. It's a time of uncertainty with COVID going on. So you're getting paid more money, usually getting paid. So how about you give me a down payment for a lease option to buy the house from me? Not a rent on. You hear what I'm saying? A lease option, right? That means I'm putting a down payment to buy the house from you. Now you will take that money off the house. So if you sell the house for $100,000 and they give you, $2,000 down, you're gonna sell it to them for 98. All right, you're gonna divide it up between, you can do a 30-year amortization. So you can do that by 30 years, but you're saying that, hey, within the next 3 years, you have to pay me out. You have to get a bank loan and buy the house from me. You have to find some kind of source to get me out of this. But now you're not doing any repairs. You're not doing any fix. It's their house. You're the bank. That's another option, right? Let's say that you find some houses in low income neighborhoods. That's where I focus on. I focus on low income areas. I go find properties that's been abandoned, either fire damage. Hey, somebody just decided to move out and nobody moved in. Maybe somebody died, right? The property is abandoned. I go there and find the owner, trace the owner, write a contract up with the owner, go to my title company and close. No real estate involved, no real estate agent involved, it's just me. Talk to the owner, come to agreement, put a one-page contract down, go to the title company close the deal. I got a property. The house is raggedy. I'm talking about raggedy. But then I work with some contractors. I fix that house up, buy it for like 15 grand and fix it up with like 70 grand cash. Right now the house is worth 100 grand. All right, go to the bank. I owned the house for 2 years. I owned the house for every time they say you got to have a seasoning clause. You got to own the house for so long, either 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. If you have it for that long, what I do is I buy a year out, right? And I don't do nothing with it for the first year. And then the next year I start working on it. This way, I got a tax break because I'm showing I bought a property that I don't live in, right? I'm not making any income, but I'm paying taxes, I'm paying insurance, I'm paying whatever on it. And that's a tax break, right? So after the first year, then the second year I go fix on it and work on it. And then about time that time frame comes, whichever bank I'm working with for the 18 months, 12 months, or the 2-year seasoning clause, say you got to have it for so long, then I refinance it for the new value I got it for. Again, I may put 60 grand in it and bought it for 15, right? So now I'm at what, 75 grand, but the house is worth 100 grand. So I refinance for the house for 100 grand and I get all that money out of it. Pay the loan off, pay myself back the 75 grand I put in it. And then I got what, 25 grand? I mean, sweet deal, right? But you don't put that money in your pocket, right? You don't put the 25 grand in your pocket. You take that 25 grand and you go buy 2 or 3 more houses. You go buy one more house, right? And you do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Once you get to like 5 or 10, whatever your goal is, then you just sit back and you enjoy the fruit of your labor, right? You got a loan on the property. You do have a loan on property. You want a loan on the property. The bank is your partner. If you have a house paid off free with no loan on it, and somebody decide to sue you from a car wreck, somebody decide to sue you from an accident, somebody decide to sue you, they can take that property from you. So by having a bank on there, they can't take that property from you. They can't take it from the bank. The bank ain't got nothing to do with what happened. They can take the equity out of it if you have equity in it. But I just told y'all, I eat up all the equity. So I have no equity in my properties. Now, over 10 or 15 years, I didn't grew equity again, but I'm probably refinance in every so many years to keep the loan out there and keep the cash in my pocket and let the tenant keep on paying the mortgage. Well, we fail at, well, we fail to understand if we die, what does it matter about your credit? If you dead, who cares about your credit? I don't know why folks care about credit so much if you did. So I will have all these loans out there. I have all the debt out there, but this is how I cover my credit. Let me tell you a secret. I keep insurance on me. I keep enough insurance on me that if something happened to me, it pays off all the houses and my family have scot-free and clear properties. I mean, if they decide to pay off the properties, they may decide to just sell the property. They may decide to give the property away. They may decide to do a lease option to the property to the people and make money off the property and don't worry about it no more. Because I'm teaching them what I'm doing. I'm telling them what to do. I wrote a book for them that know what to do if I die. So guys, that's what it's about. If the market shifts, that's what you do, right? That's how you do it. That's the fix and flip. So I told you how to buy and hold. When you buy and hold, you make a rental property, right? If the property during COVID-19 and stuff start going crazy and people start making a little money than they're supposed to make, let's say like even with you got some people in the house and they fell behind on their bills and they ask for the government to assist them and they start paying the bills for them. You tell them, hey, look, you take the money from the government and I get the money from you and we'll use that for a down payment. You shouldn't care about where the money comes from. You just want the money.
Amen.
That's all you want. You shouldn't care about if the government giving it to you. You don't care about if the mama, uncle, cousin, best friend. You just want to get paid every month. So that's the buy and hold method, right? The other method I told you was the fix and flip. You know, you fix it and flip it to yourself. That's called BRRRR. All right. When I told y'all what I do in the hood, that's the BRRRR method. You buy, you rehab, you refinance, and you rent it out, and then you refinance, and then you repeat. And then the other method I told you, well, I didn't talk about the other one. The other method is your wholesale. Wholesale is whenever you finding properties for other people. You find people that's buyers, and you go find a property for them, and then you wholesale it to them. They tell you, I'm looking for a property for $100,000, and this zip code and this area code in this area. You 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, be 3 bedroom, 1 bath. They tell you what the recipe. You go find it. You go find it. Once you find it, you come back and say, I found exactly what you're looking for in the price range you want. Here's a video. Here's some pictures. And if you're interested, let me know so I can set up a time for you to go visit the property. They go look at the property. They interested in it and they love it. They like everything they see about it. They go back. You go ahead and put that contract down after that with the person that's selling the house. And then you put the contract with them for how much you're gonna sell it to them for. Make sure you got your fee in the middle of it. So they will say they'll spend $100,000. You make sure you put a contract with that house for $50,000. And now you just made $50,000. Or you can put a contract for the house $75,000. I don't care. As long as you put the contract for lower than the amount they willing to pay for. Now, if they tell you, hey, I was willing to pay $100,000, but you know what? For that house, I'm only gonna give you $80,000. That's why you don't put the contract up first. You wait for them to tell you how much they'll put for the house. Then you go back to the people and you make the deal based off of how much they're gonna put for the house. So if they say $80,000 all of a sudden, and you know the house, they said at first they were willing to pay you $100,000 for it, right? $100,000 for a property. They went to the house, they looked at the videos, they talked to you, and they said, well, hey, look, I won't give you no more than 80 or 85 for it. Okay, then, well, you write the contract up for $70,000, $60,000. You got 2 happy campers. The person that wants to sell a house is ready to get rid of the house. The person that want to buy the house said they'll buy it for 85. They said at first 100, then they went to 85. You say, all right, then cool. Once you write your contract up, you go back and say, all right, then I got it for the 80, 85. I got it for 80 or 85, whichever number you use. You still gonna make your money in between because you made them come up with the number they willing to pay for the house, and you negotiate with the seller for how much you want to get the house for under contract. That's how you make money with wholesaling. That's one way. I ain't gonna say that's the only way now. That's one way. So That's what I got for y'all, man. I mean, that's 3 ways, right? Wholesaling, fixing flips, and buying whole. Taught y'all about how to lease option. Taught you about rentals. Talk about cash flow. Now, the so what? Why is all this important? Right? Why is all this important? When the market shifts, that you shift with the market, so you can make money in any time in real estate. You ain't got to say that the market got to be up, the market got to be down. You can make money anytime in real estate. I just showed you how. I just told you how, and I ain't show you anything. What's up? What you got? Mr. Hughes, you trying to talk? Hello? All right, let me meet you. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to do, just try and give you an idea of what to happen when the market shift, how you can continue to make money no matter what. But so what is, it's a retirement plan, right? At the end of the day, you're doing all this because you want something to do when you retire, when you work every day, you making money every day at a job, right? You put money in the bank, and now your bank account got 100 grand in it. Your bank account got 50 grand in it. Your bank account got 20 grand in it. Savings account. Then you got to, now you're saving money for just saving. Well, let's pivot right now. Let's create a way to make more money off the money we just got sitting in the bank that's being lazy. That's so what. So you do this so that you can come up with a plan of action to help you create your retirement, help you create a steady flow of income, right? My goal was to replace my salary. I want to buy enough rental properties that's when they pay it off in full, they replace my salary. Now, guess what? The trick is buy enough properties that before that cash flow replace my salary. So if I got to buy 20 properties and the cash flow equal my salary from my job, then imagine what happens when I pay those houses off if I pay them off. Look how much more money I'm making. Now I can retire because I just replaced with cash flow. Now I pay these properties off. Now I don't even have to work no more. I'm financially free. I'm not concerned about much because if a house is vacant, the cash flow from the other property will pay the mortgage at the minimum. At the minimum. That's how you make money in real estate. That's how you continue to make money. If you notice, the Congress, the government, all the folks, they don't affect the real estate market like they do in the stock market. They dictate the stock market, right? They don't dictate your rental market. Everybody needs somewhere to stay. The minimum rent gonna be the minimum rent. The only thing gonna happen, rent is gonna rise. It's gonna rise. Over time, it's gonna rise. If you do it right, if your product is good. So that's what I got for y'all now. I'm gonna open the floor up. It's on 9:22 on my time. I'm a little bit ahead of most people. So the floor is open for questions, and I try to answer as many questions as possible that you have to the best of my ability. So your thoughts, comments, questions, what you got?
I have a question. Do you think it's possible to start investing with no money?
Absolutely, absolutely. When you say no money, you're saying somebody else's money. I hope OPM. All right, we call it other people money, right? OPM. So you're gonna have to have something, right? You're gonna have to spend some money like for your marketing, or you're gonna have to spend some money on your gas pocket for driving for dollars, for looking for empty houses. You're gonna have to spend some money either for a bird dog, somebody out there looking for you. You don't have to have a lot of education, formal education. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that. You got YouTube out there. You got people like me out here doing it for free. You ain't got to spend money on that. But if you want bandit signs, you got to spend a little money on that, right? But if you got an uncle, cousin, a best friend, somebody that do have some money that's lazy, that's sitting in the bank, and they ain't doing anything with their money, then guess what you can do? You can write a contract with them saying, hey, look, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do all the work, and I'm gonna start this business, and I want you to be a private investor, right? And when I find a deal that makes sense to you, and it sounds sweet to you, and you can make this type of return, just let me know if you're interested in it, and I'll work with you. And that way, now you got somebody else's money working with you to feed their dreams and your dream. Again, This is not nobody broke. You can't be asking nobody out there struggling. These people that you know, like your dentist, your doctor, your banker, your people that's very knowledgeable, very smart, very wise, but they like to store their money up in banks, and it's sitting there, it's lazy, right? And they want a better return. Those are the people that you want to kind of talk to like this. You got aunties, you got aunties, I'm country. You got uncles, you got several people you can reach out to and just ask, like have that conversation with them. But don't talk to them about this until you got products in your hand where you can show them how they can make a return on their money. Hey, I'm willing to give you 8% return on your money. Your money in the bank making 1.1%, 0.5%, 0.9%. You ain't making 1% on your money in the bank. So I'm going to give you 8% return on your money if you invest into this with us. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's how we're going to do this. And all I needed you to do is you'll be the private investor and you'll make a return on your money. That's how you can do it. Now, you can get a free house. Like I told you, people that got no equity in their house or they owe upside down on their house. Those people, they walk, a lot of people move out of their house, they in foreclosure. You can get that house with absolutely no money down. You can go in there, and if you got the knowledge, you have to go in there and talk to the person about the property. You have to get what's going on with the property. Then you have to get the information to call the bank, talk to the bank on their behalf on three-way, or you get the document signed to say that you have authorized to talk to the bank for them. Then you find out the background on the bank and the money in the house. And you can literally take over that mortgage with a written contract with the owner of that house. Now that's a process. That's knowledge. Now, can you do that for free? You can, but you have to pay somebody for that information because nobody gonna give that information to you for free because you're gonna take away from them and they deals. Now, what they would do is say, hey, you bring me the deal, I will take over the deal and I'll pay you for finding the deal, and you can make money just by finding the deal. That's called bird dog. You go find a deal that's sweet, you do the background, the homework, and the man that got on the call, they will pay you. Joe Barnett, he will pay you for finding that deal for him. And he will pay you handsomely so you can get out the way and he can go and close the deal and buy that property. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Did I thoroughly answer your question?
Very thoroughly.
I just wanted to hit it from several angles so that you can see how you can make money without using your own money, how you can get a house for free, but you're gonna have to have the knowledge for that one, and how you don't have to have a lot of knowledge, but you got to have a background on some things. YouTube is not free, and you're gonna have to spend your time, and then you need some gas money for driving for dollars. And like I said, you can make that money back. If you want to drive for dollars and find addresses of empty houses that's nice in nice neighborhoods with the grass growed up, the mailbox wide open, and you see all the mail stuck up in there. You don't go touch the mailbox, just look and glance. Oh, dang, the mailbox wide open and it's a whole bunch of mail that nobody can't be living here. You take that address down and then you bring that address to somebody like myself or Joe or Vincent or Douglas, and these guys right here would say, hey man, we know what to do with that. If we close on this deal, we'll pay you for bringing this lead to us. That's one way of getting paid, by bringing a lead. Now, if you do more digging, you go down to the county office or the parish office, you find out the background on the house, you find out who owned it, you talk to the owner, you be able to put it on a contract, then you can wholesale it to somebody and make more money. And you dictate how much money you make. Now, if you just do the minimum, somebody gonna pay you for the minimum. If you do the max, you get to decide how much money you make. That's even extra information just to help you out.
Thank you. I have another question. So how do you find, like, when you come into difficulties with abandoned houses that are assigned to trust funds, how do you find the owners, or should you find the owners of that?
So when you got a trust property, I have not came into that difficulty yet. That's a whole nother scenario, because when you got a trust that nobody's supposed to explode tell you who the trust person is. Joe, have you came into that circumstance? Because I cannot speak to that one.
Great question. So yeah, with trust, the best bet on the trust is to send letters to the address. That's the letters inquiring about that actual property that you're potential buyer for that home, or if they want to buy the house next door if you have it under contract. But send communications to the address that's on file.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Well, since Joe said that, he did jog my memory on something too. The other thing you can do is probably go to the house, go to that address and door knock. If you're not afraid of doing that, knock on the neighbor's next door house and ask them, do they know who own the property? Ask them who lived there and how long. That's the other way. All right, what other questions we have? Okay, then no questions, comments. I guess I'm good at what I do then.
So I have another question. How do you so what is your process as far as talking to the buyer or talking to the owner of the house and convincing or getting them to sign over their house? Like, what is the process? What do you say to them, or how does that make it, how do you make it easy?
So how you doing? How you doing, Deanna?
Yes.
Oh, Deanna, how you buying or you selling?
Neither. I found a few houses, abandoned houses that I'm looking to I'm looking into wholesaling.
So right now, do you have a house of your own? Do you own a house?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you own a car?
I do.
Okay. How old your car is, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, you can give me a rough estimate. Is it like 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old?
Oh, it's a 2017, so it's
2017. So that car right there, I mean, right now, have you had any issues with it lately?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? Right now, what kind of car you got if you don't mind me asking?
It's a Nissan Altima.
Oh man, you know what? I promise you, a Nissan Altima. I love those cars. I love them. What color your car is?
It's white.
White? Oh man, white ain't the color for me because they show too much dirt. But I can paint that car. I can paint it. I love me some Altima. I mean, you got the 16 rims on there. You got the 14. You got the 18 inches. What you got on there? What rims?
I don't even know what size they are, but they're black.
Okay, well look. Hey, I'm in the market right now. For a Nissan Altima. I really would like it, right? I don't know when the last time you worked on it. I don't know when the last time you had any issues with it. And I guess with Nissan Altima, you don't have too many issues with those anyway. That's why I want it. So, Deanna, I mean, are you interested in if I can make you a fair offer for your property? Would you sell it to me for your car?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I do. That's all I do, Deanna. That's it. I mean, you call somebody, you find out what they have, you know the address, you go to the property, you look at it, and you talk to them, and you make them feel excited about the fact you're talking to them. You make them feel excited about the fact that they have something you want. And you make them feel like, hey, you know what? This house is abandoned. So you start talking about, okay, how long have you had this house? Okay, I had it for 5 years. Oh, I mean, how much the taxes run on there? How much, do you have insurance? Oh, wow. So if a tree fall right now in your house, you don't have no insurance? How you plan on fixing that if the tree fall in there? Oh, you know what? When the last time you remodeled this property? Oh, you ain't remodeling in 15, 20 years. Oh, wow. The market has shifted a lot. I mean, the houses that were built 15 years ago, I mean, that's nothing like what it do now. So, golly, I mean, it's going to probably cost you like about 40, 50 grand to get this house at the point of selling at market value. So you talk to them, you educate them, you be sincere and you be honest, because everything I said was a fact. At the end of the day, if you don't have insurance on your house, a tree gonna fall. If you're paying tax on the house you don't live in, then you're throwing money away. Oh, how much do you pay for lawn care? When the last time you cut the yard? You know, it rains a lot over here. That rain shoot up. I bet you cut that yard like 3 or 4 times a week, huh? Or a month or whatever, right? So you basically aggravate the pain points that they already exist. You don't create pain points. The pain points already exist. And once you do that, you remind them of all the things that they don't like. And then you say, well, if I make you all fair offer, if I make you all cash or a fair offer, I mean, it ain't got to be cash. It could be an offer. If I make you a fair offer on your property, would you entertain it? And you go from there. Did I answer your question, Dan?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Did I thoroughly answer your question?
Very much. Thank you.
What you got, B?
No, I don't have anything, man. I'm just laughing at you. You're so silly.
Gotta have fun with it, guys. Gotta have fun with it.
But you're good at it. Oh yeah, you good at it.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Look, it's all about building relationship, building rapport, understanding what the person needs, and understanding how you can fit it. You're not trying to convince anybody of anything. They in your face talking to you, they already know they want to get rid of their property. They won't call you or they won't answer the phone. If they do answer the phone, they don't know who the heck you are. They get curious. If they stay on the phone with you, they must want something from you. Now you need to figure out what they want from you. You're not going to them to make money off of you. You're not trying to make money. You're trying to help them out of their problem, and you make money as a byproduct of helping them out of their problem. So you got to be selfless, not selfish. You're going there to do a service. You're going there to help. So if the abandoned house that you found, you're interested in it not for you, you're interested in it for them, to relieve them of that headache. That's it. I buy regular houses because I don't have to compete with no other real estate investors. They don't want the regular houses. I ain't got to compete with the seller because the seller like, I don't want that mess. Look at it. But if I was to compete, all I'm going to do is go in there and show why you want to sell to me over somebody else. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to make this easy for you. I'm here because I want to help you with your situation, not me with my situation. That's how I would sell to somebody if I was in competition for a nice product in a nice neighborhood with other investors. I'll be the more sincere person that's coming with a genuine heart, and I'm there to help them and cater to them and make it happen based off of what they want and based off of their needs. And as long as the numbers work for me, I got your back. All right, what other questions we have? 9:37. I got 3 minutes. Questions or comments?
Hey, are you closing multi-family deals like 12 plus units?
I would love to. I haven't done it yet. I'm not. You got some on the contract?
Oh no. I was just gonna see if you could give me a few pointers going in that direction.
What kind of pointers you looking for? I can give you some information, but I have this will be all from reading, and this will all be from reading, man. This is in research. This would not be from experience. I'll be honest with you and tell you I have not had any experience. I tried to close on a fourplex. I had it all with the closing table. The people was being greedy. They was from California. The house was in Louisiana. I did get it for $30,000 less than what they wanted for it. I would have been cash flowing at least about $1,000 a month. But when it came to the inspection, the people wanted me to pay for the inspection and pay for whatever repairs need to be done because they gave me such a discount. But I'm like, well, if you motivated to sell and get rid of it, I'm not going to do that. This is your product. They want me to pay for the engineering report and everything. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? Now, once you get motivated, I come back to you, but I did get a great deal. It was like 24 grand less than what it was worth. I mean, for the value. I would have been making $1,000 a month, but they wanted me to come out my pocket with a couple extra money up front to get some stuff repaired so it can pass the inspection. and I wasn't going to do that. So what questions do you have? I can try and see whatever help. I just want to give you a background. I do have a little knowledge, but I haven't done a deal yet.
Okay, cool. So what I was trying to figure out was how you would actually market to, well, actually, how would you find those deals first and foremost, and how would you market those types of properties?
So to find a deal to buy, correct? To buy the deal?
No, I do wholesale.
So you trying to figure out how to market to sell a deal?
Yeah, the wholesale, correct.
All right, so you got Craigslist, you got Facebook REO groups, you got all the Instagram groups, you got meetup.com. You go on all those places, you find REO groups, and then you just basically put the information out there that, hey, I got multiplexes for sale, DM me or hit me up over time. Now be careful if you go to REA group. You got to go in giving out information first. You got to go in giving input in. You got to build rapport with them. You can't just go in, and then you need to find out who own that REO group, because you can't just go in there just advertising unless they allow that.
Right.
You got biggerpocket.com that you can pay for, and you can advertise on biggerpocket.com with the premium edition. You have program like Kobe Spurber, you got Leon, you got all kind of programs out there that you can pay for, and then you can advertise inside the program. But Facebook, you can kind of go into the different groups, the real estate groups, and put postings in of your stuff for sale. Now, you can also see who are selling those things. You can do reverse. Who's selling multifamilies? You can put in there, hey, I'm looking for multifamilies, and ask for people that, hey, I'm looking for, like, you're a buyer, and then they start telling you they got them. So now you got a list of people that actually deal with multifamily. And when you get a deal, you know who to go to. So that's reverse. So did I answer your question?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did I thoroughly answer your question?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's a new word tonight, thoroughly.
No, LT, I would say something about the multifamily though.
Go ahead.
You got to know the numbers. If you can know the numbers, you can put it together and you can walk away in a good deal. I went to one of the real estate groups and asked them about the multifamily, and they do more hard money lending. So they wasn't a cup of tea. So they gave me the wrong information. So I missed 6 duplexes because they gave me the wrong information, and I should have took it. They was gonna keep it financed through them, and I paid them. I could have still had them to this day, but they gave me the wrong information and told me to hold out. They gonna come down lower, and I should have accepted it and went forward. So if you know the numbers, follow your heart and follow through. Go through with it.
Good information.
So how do you find how do you know when a deal is a good deal?
The numbers. It tell you what you got to think about what you go put it in and what you go be getting monthly payments. So you got to know your return on the money you put in. Once you can know you're gonna be able to pay your rent, gonna pay the mortgage, and you're gonna pay the debt that you incurred, then you know the numbers will work out. So it's all about writing down on paper and looking at the numbers. If you can see it, it could be positive cash. I like to look like $150, $200 myself on each door. Some people do $50. That's too thin for me. But I try to clear about 100 or 2 on every single door.
Okay. And he's 100% right on how he explained it at the end with the part about he told you what is success for him and what makes the numbers make sense for him, right? So Vincent told you he want to make a $200, $250 a door. That's the numbers. If he can cash flow and he get it under mortgage, and every time they pay rent, they can pay market value rent, and he cash flow $250 or $200, he good to go. Now, my question for you, Deanna, so I can understand if I'm answering the right question. When you say the numbers, are you talking about you told me you wholesale, or you talking about the numbers for a rental?
Yeah, well, both. The numbers for wholesaling and rental. How do you how do you know if a deal is a good deal, with all the with the rehabs that got to go into it, the closing costs and all those things.
So two ways, right? One way is, how long you been doing this wholesaling?
Not doing it. I'm just
Learning.
getting
Yeah.
as much knowledge to do it. I want
Okay.
to though.
Okay, got you. So the first thing you need to do, I would say, is try and get your real estate agent, right? Not a real estate, you need to get you a few real estate, investor-friendly real estate agents. Why am I telling you to do this? Because they're gonna pull comps for you and they're gonna tell you how much the houses are selling for that in the area. If the houses are selling for 70 or 40 or 80 or 90 or 100 or $250,000, whatever numbers they're going for, if you buying a house for less than what they selling for that area, that's how you know your numbers, comps. Now, if you have an app like me and have programs like I have on my phone that I can just, hey, here's the address, here's the deal analyzer, here's how much the comps are going for in this area, then I can find out what the numbers are off the top of my head because I got a computer program, right? So that's one way. The second way is if you're going to do the wholesaling business and you don't find a realtor, you're going to have to find you some buyers, some investor buyers. The investor buyers are going to tell you how much they're going to pay you. All right. The investor buyer will tell you what they will pay for a house in a certain area. You don't gotta know about no rehab costs. You ain't gotta know all them numbers. They're gonna tell you how much they're gonna pay you pay for a house in that area. You go find a house in that area they're looking for. You tell them to go check the house out, and you be there to show them the house. You don't want the seller nowhere around because you don't want the seller talking to the buyer. You want to take the buyer there, meet the buyer there, walk the buyer through the house. You want to go to the house before the buyer get there, take pictures, record it, videotape it, and then send back to them, right? And once you do that, the buyer is going to tell you how much they're going to buy the house for. You go to the seller and get a contract for less than that amount. Less than that amount. And once you put in the contract, you know you got a good deal on a wholesale. With the rental properties, again, if you have a property manager, if you build a relationship with property managers or real estate agents, they can run a comps for how much the rental property is going for in that area to see what's the market value for rent. If you buy the property and the mortgage is less that amount plus taxes, plus insurance, plus reserve, then you have a gap in between of $100 to $200 to $300 to $1,000. Now you know you got a great deal. So it's called backwards planning, having the right people on your power team, and being able to have the right resources to pull the comps, comparable comps or comparables. How much the houses are selling for in that area. You need at least 3 of them to make a good comp. That means you got just like you remember algebra in high school, you got to have like terms. You got to divide or subtract all like terms before you get to the other part of it. So when you get to the house, you got to find a house of like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, similar square footage, built in the same time frame, within a 3-mile radius, 5-mile radius, if that works. And then you pull those numbers together and get the average. So that's how you find out your comps. With the wholesaling, again, you got 2 ways. One, you find somebody that's a buyer. They tell you what they want to pay, and you find a deal better than that. The other way, again, you can run comps on how much the houses are selling for, and you buy the house way less, 70% less. That's the average number. You multiply 70% times the houses that's selling that area. You buy for that price, and now you got the house at 70% discount, 30% on the dollar. Right, 30 cents on the dollar. So if you get the house 70% off, you buy it $100,000 house at $30,000, and you go sell it to somebody for 50, 60, 70, 80,000. The house still worth 100. They got 20% equity after they buy from you. You still hook them up. All right. I hope I answered your question. All right. What other questions we have?
Now, what area Deanna is in? What area?
That's for you, Deanna. I can't tell them where you at.
I'm located Columbia, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I would have followed those steps with the real estate agent to find out and learn the market. Once you learn the market, you know what you're looking for, and start working with some of the local investors around there.
Yep.
Okay, when I drive around, I see a lot of signs. They're looking for buyers.
Take their number down.
Yeah, she got to know numbers. She learned the numbers, then she can, like I say, you got to build that list. Yeah.
Yeah. If you see signs say looking for buyers, go ahead and write those number down. Call those people. Tell them what you're interested in doing the same thing, and then partner up with them. So that's one way of doing it. Now, I ain't gonna say that everybody gonna be friendly and nice and kind with you. Now, you got to be have a thick skin as you do this. But some people be open to saying, "Okay, cool, we can JV it." JV means joint venture. If for those who don't know what that means, they out on YouTube, So you can JV it with somebody. They can be telling you they got a product, they got a house right now that's for sale. You can go out there and help them find a buyer, and that's how you JV it. They looking for buyers. Okay, I'm gonna help you find a buyer. So that's how that works. But I just wrote your number down, and I'll give you a call sometime tomorrow, and we can converse on that and see how to work some stuff out.
Okay.
All right. What other questions we have? 9:51. I told y'all 11 minutes ago. Y'all here 3 minutes ago.
Right.
Hey, what market you in, and how many deals you closing a month?
Oh man, I don't close too many deals. I like teaching, so I close deals on my card, man. I have calls all the time about products. I pass them on to my people. I actually teach real estate for money on another call, so I pass it over to them to see if they want the deal. I enjoy teaching and coaching and helping others. I make my money just helping the people learn, and then when you go out there and make money, I get happy and excited about it. But I have a total of 13 properties total. I invest into low income areas because I want to help low income areas, basically have better products. So I buy houses very low. I remodel them, I gut them out, I do BRRRR method, and I refinance. And then I rent it out either on Section 8 housing or to a cash person. That's my strategy. And that's only because I want to give back. And I want to make a little money, not a lot of money. I'd rather keep doing these drills and skills and keep building my portfolio up with the hope that I can retire, and then I can lease option these houses out to the people that's renting them from me, and they can have home ownership and buy them from me. I also work with banks to get them certified and accredited so their credit can get right. I give them hints along the way how to build their credit up. I also advise them every time they get their income taxes, don't go blow it, put it up so that you can give me that for a lump sum payment. But I choose to educate and help than just to make only money by, real estate only. I make pretty good money on my regular job. So I use this as a avenue to make more money and to build my retirement program. So that's why I call it Retiring 10, because really, honestly, that's what I'm doing. And I teach it to you all so that y'all can start benefiting your family, building your cash flow up, building your portfolio up, make some money, make as much money as you want, and grow your program.
Okay, that's real. That's what's up, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, I got to call him, man. I honestly do. I always, when I was a little kid in the hood, I seen how the folks come in our neighborhoods and exploit us, and they get these folks live in these old pathetic broke down houses, and the landlord charged a lot of money for it. And I definitely said when I get older and able, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to give them a good product. So to keep folks from having that house where folks got raped in, where you throw a dead body in, where, you know, you shoot up the house, or, you know, when I walk by the house, I used to throw rocks at the house because it's already ragged and the windows already busted. Well, let me see if I can bust another window pane. Or you do your first crack in there, you do your drugs in there, you know, all kinds of stuff go on in abandoned homes. So let me take that one product and make it a great product. And then let me bring pride back to a community, whether they want it or not. I don't care about what they want. I'm doing it because I want to. And if I can buy the house next door, and the house next door, and the next house next door, I want a whole community. And then I'm gonna call it LT's world.
Hey, no, that's real. That's real.
So that's all, man. That's my strategy. But I definitely encourage you all to find out your why. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you that story over and over again because I know why I'm doing it. And then I'm making a little money on the side, and then I'm helping people on the side, and then I'm teaching people on the side, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. So if you're doing real estate, don't do it for the money. Find out why you're doing it, right? Find out what's your purpose, and then you go out there and help as many people as possible, and then you get paid for helping people, not from, you don't get paid for making money. You get paid for the service you provide. And you hope everybody wants your service. That's what LeBron James did. Everybody want to see LeBron James play. Everybody want to see Kobe play. They went out there and they provide a service. They provide an entertainment out of this world. Michael Jordan, all these famous people that we can call out. Every plastic surgeon that get paid the most money provide a service that other folks can't provide. And folks pay them for that service, and those folks enjoy what they do. Actors, comedians, name them. Right? Elon Musk, he out there providing entertainment in the financial literacy world, where he's investing into the technology and whatever the other man name that he's in cahoots with. They just in competition on, hey, can I get to the moon and back? And he went to the moon. Now I need to get to the moon. And I got the electric cars. They provide a service, and people want their service. So I'm trying to provide a down-to-earth coaching style to any and everyone that relates to this coaching method. And I take my video off because it's not about me. It's just about me trying to help. Whatever. Williams Reality. My brand is important. Learn it, love it. It's gonna grow, because I'm gonna get some people that believe in it, and we're gonna keep moving it. So team, thank y'all for getting on. It's 9:56. I hope I said something encouraging. I hope I said something that made sense. My partner Joe, he's on the call. He's a silent partner, but he come in with the deadly blow. He one of the ones that, right, like a thief in the night. He come in there and just get you and take you on and move you on to the next level. I'm the voice. He's the back piece. Me and him talk all day, every day about real estate, and we in this thing together for everyone. I'm just the mouth of the piece. He's the person that support on the back end, and when I can't answer a question, he'll come out of the wazoos and take that thunder and knock it out the park. So thank y'all for being on. Please invite others on if you got something from tonight call. Every week it's a sporadic situation. I'm giving information out as my heart see fit. It's kind of like almost preaching. It's like real estate church. I'm not out here trying to be scripted. Not out here trying to come out here with a lesson plan. I came in here with an idea and a concept, and we go from there. I'm gonna give you a little snippet of something, and we go from there. What you got, Deanna? I see you unmuted one time.
Oh, nothing. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys' advice. It was really good.
Awesome sauce. Well, show me you appreciate it by inviting somebody next week, and don't be no stranger getting on. We do this every week, every Monday for free, unless it's a holiday. So with that being said, next Monday will be a holiday. So hey, look, I know that we get thrown off whenever we have a break, but the week after that, looking forward to everybody being on the call on next Monday, the Monday after next. Which day escaped my brain right now. I know that next week we will not. So thank y'all for y'all time. Y'all want y'all have a great evening. It's 10 o'clock my time. I'm gonna take a nap. Good night.
Okay, thank you.